Hello everyone, this is Anuj Sethi and welcome back to another video by AMS Group of Institutes. Now today's video is part of a series called Accounting for Shares. So all those people who are new, please hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon so that you will get a notification whenever we come up with another video. Now today's topic is accounting for call in advance. What is call in advance and how do you account for it? So let's move forward with today's video. So before we get into the accounting, let's see what is call in advance. Call in advance is that uncalled capital which is paid in advance by the shareholder. Now since this is an advance income, this is a liability for the company. So let's move forward with the formula. As you can see on the screen behind me, the formula for call in advance is the number of shares held by the person who has paid that amount in advance multiplied by the uncalled amount. So let's move forward with the question. AMS Limited has issued 1 lakh shares of rupees 10 each. Then we have been given the installments. Here we go, the applications, allotment, the first call and the second and final call. Plus we have some extra information with us. Mr. A having 10,000 shares paid the whole amount due with the allotment money. Now what does this mean? That we only called for the allotment money, but Mr. A paid the extra amount for the first call and the second and final call with the allotment money. Now before we start, there is one step which I always suggest to my students. Over here in the table, please mark all those places where there is an adjustment. So in this question, our adjustments are in the allotment, in the first call and in the second and final call. So let's put a mark over here. I'm using a hashtag. You guys can use whatever you want. Now make sure it is a distinct mark. So let's move forward with the journal entries. Firstly, we will receive the applications. So that entry will be bank account debit to share application and the amount will be 1 lakh shares multiplied by 3 rupees, the application money. So that is 3 lakh rupees. So 3 lakhs debited with the bank account and 3 lakhs credited in share application. Now we'll move forward with the capitalization. Now since there is no rejection and there is no pro rata allotment, we will fully capitalize the application money. That is 3 lakh rupees. So over here 3 lakhs application debit and again 3 lakhs in the share capital account credited. Now we will move forward with the next entry, that is the allotment. Now since the allotment is the starting point of the trend, and what was the trend we have discussed this in the previous video, that firstly you will capitalize and then you will do the payment entry. So over here first we will capitalize the allotment money. So the entry will be share allotment account debit to share capital and the amount will be 1 lakh shares multiplied by the allotment money which is 2 rupees. So this will be 2 lakh rupees debited in share allotment and credited in share capital. Now we will go for the payment entry. Now in this we have already marked this in the question. We have received some extra money. Now firstly let's calculate how much extra money have we received. So let's go to the working note. The formula is, as you can see on the screen behind me, the number of shares held multiplied by the uncalled amount. Now mind you, we are at allotment. We have capitalized the allotment money. That means we have called for the allotment money. So the extra amount which is left is the first call and the second and final call, which combined together is 5 rupees. So the total call in advance will be 10,000 shares which Mr. A held multiplied by 5 rupees. Now this will come out to rupees 50,000. So with the allotment money we have received this extra 50,000 rupees. Let's go back to the entries. So now since we have received extra money and there is no default in this, the amount of money which we will receive in our bank account will be the allotment money plus the call in advance money. The allotment money was 2 lakh rupees and the call in advance is 50,000. So total we will receive in the bank account will be 2,50,000 rupees. So bank debited by 2,50,000. Share allotment will be credited by 2 lakh rupees. 2 lakh rupees. And the call in arrears will be credited by 50,000 rupees. Now you might ask you, why are we crediting this amount? Now since call in advance is an advance income, it is a liability of the firm and liabilities always have a credit balance. Now we'll move forward with the first call and the second call. Firstly, following the trend, we will capitalize the first call. So the entry will be first call account debit to share capital and the amount will be 1 lakh shares multiplied by the first call amount, that is 3 rupees. So first call debited by 3 lakh rupees and the share capital credited by 3 lakh rupees. Next we'll move forward with the payment entry. Now before we move forward with the payment entry, I would like to remind you that we have received the first call and the second call money in advance. Now we are calling it again. So Mr. A, who had already paid for these shares, he will not pay us again. What will he say? That I have already paid. Kindly deduct this amount by that balance. So what was the balance? It was 50,000 rupees. And the balance was a credit balance, as we can see over here. Call in advance is credited by 50,000 rupees. So whenever we are deducting from that balance, we will debit the call in advance amount. So in this case, we are calling 3 rupees from him. So in the payment entry of the first call, we will debit the call in advance by 30,000 rupees. Now if you want to see the calculation of 30,000, let's go to the working note. So in this, what will be the first call amount? It was 3 rupees. So over here it will come 3. And what was the number of shares held? It was 10,000. So 10,000 multiplied by 3, this is rupees 30,000. So this is the amount which we will debit in the payment entry for the first call. So let's go to the entry. Call in advance will be debited by 30,000 rupees, as we have seen now. So debited by 30,000 rupees. Now there is no default in this. So the amount by which we have debited the first call, we will credit the first call as well by the same amount, that is 3 lakh rupees. So credited by 3 lakh rupees. We will receive only the balance amount, that is 2,70,000 rupees. So bank account debited by 2,70,000. Now we'll go to the second call, second and final call. In this as well, we will follow firstly the trend and the payment entry will be the same as the payment entry for the first call. So what was the second call amount? The second call amount was 2 rupees. So firstly we'll capitalize. Second and final call account debit to share capital. The amount will be 2 lakh rupees. So 2 lakhs debited, second and final call to the share capital, 2 lakhs credited. Now we'll go towards the payment entry. Now we have seen that how to calculate the call in advance amount. So in this case, we will directly write down the amount. So it will be 10,000 shares multiplied by the second call amount, which is 2 rupees. So in call in advance, we will have a debit of 20,000 rupees. 20,000 debited. How much have we called in the second call? 2 lakh rupees, and there is no default. So we will fully credit the second and final call by 2 lakh rupees. And we will receive only the balance in the bank account, that is 1,80,000 rupees. 1,80,000 debited in the bank account. So let's move forward with the call in advance account. I have prepared that account so that you will be able to understand this better. Firstly, when did we credit the call in advance? You can go back in the video and see that first credit was made in the allotment entry. The entry was bank account debit to share allotment to call in advance, and the amount was 50,000 rupees. So over here we will credit the call in advance account by 50,000. 50,000. Next, the call in advance appeared in the payment entry of first call. It was debited and the amount was 30,000 rupees. So we'll debit that. 30,000 rupees. And finally, in the second and final call, we have again debited by the balance, that is 20,000 rupees, because 2 rupees was called in the second and final call. So 20,000 rupees. So if you notice here, there will be no closing balance in the call in advance account after the final call. So if you have not understood this, then I will again try to explain it with a trend. Now this is a very special trend which I myself have developed. Firstly, we will see that what is the amount which we received on the allotment. So on the allotment, what was the uncalled amount? It was the first call and the second and final call. Total worth rupees 5. So the uncalled amount is 5 rupees and the balance of course will be 5. Next we'll move to the first call. Now in this first call, we have called 3 rupees because the amount for first call was 3 rupees. So the uncalled amount which remains is 2 rupees. So over here we have called 3 rupees and the balance which will be left is 2 rupees. Now if we move to the second call, in the second call we have called again 2 rupees. So we have called again 2 rupees and then the balance will be 0. So this is how you will account for call in advance. So this is it for today's video. If you found this video to be useful, then please give it a thumbs up and share this link with the fellow peers and students. If you want us to make another video on any other topic, then please use the comment section below. We have also started online classes for commerce, science and MBA subjects. So all those interested people can get in contact with us by emailing us at amsgroupofinstitutes@gmail.com. No spaces. Please like, share, subscribe this channel, and as always, happy learning.